rise for the pledge of allegiance. I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Today is June 10th, 2019. Can I have a roll call?
Missouri? Here. Basil?
Here.
Whaling?
Here.
Caprows?
Here.
Meyer? Here. Kraus?
We have the minutes of the April 29th meeting. Any changes? If not, motion.
So moved.
Motion made. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. Any questions? Roll call.
Missouri? Yes. Basil?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Caprows?
Yes.
Meyer? Yes.
Anyone from the audience wish to address the board? Matt, Village Commissions, Beautification Commission, Matt.
Nothing to report.
4th of July Commission, Trustee Meyer.
We had a meeting last week, and a new commissioner was brought in, Deb Falchetti. They brought in about $21,000 in sponsor fees so far. I think that's about it. That's all I've got.
Brochures just went out today.
Brochures went out, yep. Yep, car tickets are in. If we ever have sun, the car will be shown.
They took it to the Chevy show.
Did they?
Yeah.
Excellent.
$500 a ticket.
Nice. And that's all I have to report.
Historic Preservation, Trustee Lynn.
Hey, you skipped
Did I?
the youth commission.
Hey, why don't we do that one?
I might start coughing. Only thing a couple weeks ago, we participated in the Ride for Life. We did a little fundraiser. It was worth it for an hour. We got a small amount of donation money for the Youth Commission. And our next meeting is next Wednesday here at the Village Hall, 7:30. Coming out and see what we're about. We're gonna be talking about the Kid and Pet Parade. That's all I have.
Thank you. Scott?
Okay, we had a successful field trip. Zion brought down their 7th and 8th graders to the depot and also the caboose. And I guess it went very well. So we welcome field trips, we welcome tours, we welcome whatever to get people down there and take a look. So that went very well. We ordered 2 more plaques, the plaques that we're putting up on the buildings, the historic buildings. Don and crew have been working on Milt Pappas special display. It's running every Saturday now through the month. So this last Saturday was the first day, and everything looks great. So go on in, take a look. There's videos, there's everything else down there. So, and then we're driving to Dixie this Saturday. The cars should start coming into Beecher around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Police will be helping us at least getting back on to Route 1. The cars are going to come into town. They're going to go down Indiana Avenue, making a left with the light. Going to go down to Gould Street, down to Hodges, and then up to Reed Street, stop on Reed Street, get their stamps, and then they're going to continue down Penfield Street and come out here at the corner. And that's where I talked to the chief today. We're going to need help, maybe stopping or helping with traffic with those old cars coming out on Route 1. So there's going to be quite a few cars. So that's going to happen this Saturday. Also, after driving to Dixie, the Lions Club is cooking hot dogs starting at 11 o'clock and I think going till 1, correct? And they have chips and water and everything else, so they're going to be down there, and we appreciate that. There's also a 50-50 raffle, and that's going to run the entire month of June throughout these Saturdays that are open. So if you're down there, buy a 50-50 ticket. Proceeds go to the Historic Society. Also, the 4th of July car is going to be down there selling tickets. So we'll have that. I don't know if you heard, but George Obradovich was on the radio. I don't know if you guys had a chance to listen to that, but I have a copy of that. He was down at WVLI-FM and WFAV 95.1 FM. and he did an interview regarding driving the Dixie and also the Milpapas display down at the depot. So he had, I think he had to have been on there for 10 to 15 minutes, and he did a great job. So if you guys want to hear the interview, I have a sound bite of it, and you know, we'll go from there, but he did a great job with that. Come on down and enjoy the festivities. We're going to be there all month. And everybody thought history was boring. So we have a lot of things going on, so come on down. The first time I have ever toured the caboose, this last Saturday, it was open, I went in there. Have you guys been in the caboose?
Not the caboose.
It is amazing. It's like stepping back in time. And it is fully furnished, and it shows you exactly, it's a great display. So between the depot and the caboose, come on down and pick up a hot dog. These guys, Frank and Greg, will be down there, and they're gonna be making a bunch, so come on down. And that ends my report.
Okay, Trustee Basil?
Treasurer's report, Donna?
The May month-end balance of the village accounts, $2,684,436.85. The total of the commission and special accounts, $183,541.84. Total of all accounts combined, $2,867,978.69. The month-end balance in general, $489,636.51. You can see First Community is still giving us 2% interest on our checking accounts. The commission bills and non-AP payments totaled $1,200,798.30. You can see we had 3 payrolls in the month of May, but other than that, pretty standard. And that ends my report.
Okay, any questions to the treasurer's report? I'd like to make a motion approving the treasurer's report and the report of financial activities for the prior month.
Motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a second, any questions? Roll call.
Meyer?
Yes.
Caprows?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Variance report for the preceding month and closed for your review.
Mr. Chairman, it's the end of the fiscal year, so I'd like to do a review, because this is our P&L for the year. The general fund ended up with an operating deficit of $165,000. We planned on using $127,000 reserve cash and $30,800 in encumbrances. I like looking at these variance reports because this is on a cash basis of accounting. By the time the auditors get to these, they do full accrual, and you don't get a real picture of what that 12-month period looks like when you add in the accruals. So we spent $165 more than we brought in, but we did buy a building in that fiscal year. We bought a leaf machine, and we're working on the quiet zone. So I'm not overly surprised with spending $165 more in general than bringing in last fiscal year. The other 2 big accounts is water and sewer. I'm happy to report, and this doesn't happen very often, but the water fund made a profit of $55,500. This is the operating account, not the capital accounts. The operating account of sewer ended up with a positive $30,356. The other accounts, there's so much going on, you really can't get a good picture of where we are as far as looking at P&L. But those are the big 3 that we watch because they're operating accounts. And again, in general, we were 165 short, but we were 30 to the black on sewer and 53 to the black on water. And I have no issues with that.
Any other comments? Concerns? If not, approval of the bills for the prior month. We had some new ones come in, attorney's fees, Beecher Automotive, Beecher Hardware.
Yeah, that's a high one, and Matt can explain what those two big ticket items were, Beecher Hardware that we bought.
Yeah,
One
we
was a
did.
new air conditioner for
Yeah,
wall
for
three,
well 4.
wall four.
Yeah, and then the other one was a water heater for the sewer plant building.
Call one. Constellation Energy, Crete Ace Hardware. Dynergy, and Dynergy. Palmer and Sons. JP Morgan. James Septic. Martin Whalen. Petty Cash. That was for, mostly for postage. Red Wing Shoes, Sanders Service. And Jeff Young. Any comments, concerns? If not, I'd like to make a motion approving the bills for the prior month for $248,806.39.
Motion.
Second.
There is a motion and a second. Any questions on the motion? Roll call.
Missouri?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Capros?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
That is my report.
Thank you. Trustee Meyer?
In order to approve the TIF district, state law requires that we adopt the following three ordinances in the order they're presented. Each ordinance requires a separate motion. The ordinances then have to be certified by the village clerk, recorded with Will County Clerk and the Recorder of Deeds. All three ordinances were enclosed for your review. I would like, so considering ordinance approving the Beecher TIF number 1 redevelopment plan and project.
1309.
1309. So I'd like to make a motion adopting ordinance number 13.
Second. Wait. 1308. Oh, wait.
I'd like to make a motion adopting ordinance number 1308, approving the Beecher TIF number 1 redevelopment plan and project.
Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. Any questions? Roll call.
Meyer?
Yes.
Capros?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
I think you use 1309.
I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number 1309, adopting tax increment financing for the Beecher TIF number 1 redevelopment project area.
Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. Any questions? Roll call.
Missouri?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Capros?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes. And last, I'd like to make a motion to adopt ordinance number 1310, designating the Beecher TIF number 1 redevelopment project area.
Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. Any questions? Roll call.
Meyer?
Yes.
Capros?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
That's it.
That ends my report.
Sure, on 1311.
Be happy to.
Trustee Capros?
Consider a proposal for mud jacking the 76 squares of public sidewalk in the village for both Karen Creek raising in the amount of $4,940. So I'll make a motion to approve proposal for the mud jacking of 76 squares of public sidewalk in the village in the amount of $4,940.
Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
There's a second. Any questions? Roll call.
Missouri?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Capros?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
Consider a proposal in the amount of $14,375 from Perino Brothers for curb repair in the village. It was the only one we were able to get. We did solicit numerous others. They're the ones that have gotten it the past couple of years, so I'll go ahead and make a motion approving a proposal in the amount of $14,375 from Perino Brothers for curb repairs.
Motion on the floor. Is there a second?
Second.
Second. Any questions? Roll call.
Meyer?
Yes.
Capros?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Missouri?
Yes.
Consider a proposal for sidewalk replacement in the village. That one we got two proposals for. DTE Construction in the amount of $16,720 and Perino Brothers Brothers in the amount of $17,650. However, there could be some concerns with the DTE construction filing the certified payroll compliance through the state. So it's committee's recommendation that we go with Carino Brothers in the amount of $17,650. So I'll make a motion approving the proposal in the amount of $17,650 for sidewalk replacement in the village.
There's a motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a second, any questions? Roll call.
Ms. Zerk?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Rose?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
Consider a proposal in the amount of $12,549 from Quality Paving for the grinding, milling, and overlay of certain sections in the 400 and 500 block of Woodward Street. We did receive 3 proposals. This was the lowest and recommended one. So I will go ahead and make a motion approving the proposal in the amount of $12,549 from Quality Paving for the grinding, milling, and overlay of sections of the 400 and 500 block of Woodward Street.
Motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a second, any questions? Roll call.
Meyer?
Yes.
Caprows?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Ms. Zerk?
Yes.
Lastly, consider a motion approving payment to Baxter and Woodman in the amount of $27,162.10 for construction management services at the Beecher wastewater treatment plant, pending receipt of IEPA loans. So I'll go ahead and making a motion to approve payment to Baxter and Woodman in the amount of $27,162.10 for CM services at the Beecher wastewater treatment plant, pending receipt of IEPA loans.
Motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a second, any questions? Roll call.
Ms. Zerk?
Yes.
Basil?
Yeah.
Whaling?
Yes.
Caprows?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
Trustee Would you take the next one, please?
Sure. Consider a motion approving a proposal to replace the steel doors and frames and tuck pointing on the stage in Fireman's Park. Custom Brick and Stones came in with a bid at $5,200. This amount was budgeted for this project. So I'd like to make a motion to approve this project with Custom Brick and Stone in the amount of $5,200.
Motion on the floor, is there a second?
Second.
There's a second, any questions?
Yes, before or after the fourth, you know, on this one?
Unknown,
Okay. Just to make sure it's not during the fourth.
right?
Roll call.
Meyer?
Yes.
Caprows?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Ms. Zerk?
Yes.
Did everybody get a chance to read my email today?
Yes.
Did you read it? You read it?
I think so.
Okay, then I didn't have to explain it as well. Got it for Frank. Okay, I sent out a list of appointments, which basically I summarized it, and for those who didn't read it, basically on the committee assignments, I'm holding off until we get into the new village board structure, structuring our meetings and the agendas and so on and so forth. That'll take place next meeting. Slide into that one. If you noticed on that page, like I said, I'd like to point out there is no code enforcement officer. The department has taken it over. If you scoot down, the entire department has taken it over. You scoot down on planning and zoning commission, the terms for Dennis Padgers and Kevin Bouchard. And then each one of the commissions did have some change of some type, whether it be an addition or deletion or resignation, or whatever you want to call it. If there are no questions, I would ask that a motion be made to support those appointments.
So moved.
Motion made, is there a second?
Second.
There's a second, any questions? Roll call.
Ms. Zerk?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Caprows?
Yes.
Meyer?
Yes.
And stay tuned. Any old business coming before the board? Under new business, I've got a couple things. William Merritt was our sewer operator for how many years? 20 years. And then prior to that was,
He was public works director in there for a period of time as well as superintendent. I think he had a 20-year career here, but I think 10 of those he was superintendent and sewer.
he passed away on May 29th, and I asked that you keep the thoughts and prayers in your thoughts and prayers to the family. I'm sure they'll miss him, and I'd like to read that.
A copy
copy of the obituary was included in the card. We sent them a sympathy card with a little note inside. And it's just addressed, dear mayor and trustees and staff, you didn't have to do what you did, and that's what made it so special. Signed, thank you so much from Karen Merritt, who's was Bill's wife. So everybody else can see that.
Once again, please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. Bob and I don't think the entire village board received a letter from Popovich Sporting Arms, who indicates that he's closing his business due to regulations by the state of Illinois. The new regulations for registering and so on and so forth. So he decided to close the business and move on to something bigger and better. That copy's included in front of you. Also, since we had our last meeting, I proclaimed May 24th as Public Works Day. Who probably nowhere near is that enough after yesterday and this morning. You guys did a good job, and this is well deserved, and I appreciate it. I also proclaimed June 7th as Beecher Lady Cat Day. And just for your information, on Friday, they had a little after party, I guess you'd call it, a picnic down at the park. We were asked to cook hot dogs, and they probably had the best hot dogs that they ever had since I made them. We picked up the tab, and we had a donation from the Lions Club as well. I believe that is it. Any other new business? Yeah, all the Queen's Horses, you should be getting the emails about going to that movie. I don't have the information in front of me. It's a very good movie. They went way out of the way to get the director to come out and answer questions to the group afterwards. So I would highly recommend you, if you can go, please do so. We're gonna try and carpool from here, or you can meet us there.
It's the story of Dixon, Illinois. And if you know what happened in Dixon, it affects you deeply, so you should see the movie. If you can't go to this showing, at least get it on Netflix or something and watch it.
Okay, and under other new business, since I waited to the last, the best for last, would you like to swear to the trustee?
Trustees Gross, Meyer, and Basil. On the other side.
I'm gonna go to this guy?
That side.
I do.
All right, everyone raise their right hand and repeat after me. I, and state your name,
I,
John Horse,
having been elected to the office of village trustee
have been elected to the office of village trustee
in the village of Beecher,
in the village of Beecher,
in the county of Will,
in the county of Will,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and the Constitution of the state of Illinois,
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
and I will faithfully discharge the duties
of the office of trustee to the best of my ability.
of the office of trustee to the best of my ability.
All right, get happy. I need signatures from all here, I can do that after the meeting. Okay.
Okay, with no other business, is there a motion to adjourn?
Wait, I was gonna bring up one other thing, on new business. With that, because I had seen your proclamation, which I think is a great thing for the Lady Cats. Can we update that sign
That was discussed when I was there
for
Saturday,
the state champs?
Friday, yeah.
Good.
If anything, since it's 2 years, maybe we'll take one sign, combine two, we have two signs.
Or to make one sign with all the years that.
That's one.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we'll work on that.
Okay, cool.
Yep, already discussed. Anything else? Motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
There's a second. Roll call.
Let's see, Meyer?
Yes.
Caprows?
Yes.
Whaling?
Yes.
Basil?
Yes.
Rosar?
Yes.
Thanks, everybody.